Ethan Parker had always believed that life rewarded those who dared to go farther than everyone else. At 22, the ambitious American loved the outdoors more than anything. Every weekend, he explored forests, climbed mountains, and hiked trails that most people avoided. Beside him on every adventure was Ranger, his loyal German shepherd, a dog that had been his companion for 6 years. One crisp autumn morning, Ethan decided to explore a remote forest in the Pacific Northwest. The weather forecast promised clear skies, and he packed enough supplies for a single day. He smiled as Ranger wagged his tail, eager to begin another adventure. Hours into the hike, Ethan noticed a narrow trail leading deeper into the woods. Curiosity got the better of him. "Just a quick look," he said. The trail slowly disappeared beneath fallen leaves. Towering trees blocked the sunlight, and familiar landmarks vanished behind endless stretches of forest.
Before Ethan realized it, he was completely lost. He pulled out his phone. No signal. Trying to retrace his steps, he climbed over slippery rocks. But one wrong step changed everything. His foot landed on loose stone, sending him tumbling down a steep slope. He crashed into fallen branches before stopping at the bottom. Pain shot through his leg. His ankle was badly twisted. Ranger rushed to his side, whining and licking Ethan's face, as if begging him not to give up. Night arrived quickly. The temperature dropped below freezing. Ethan gathered branches with trembling hands and managed to start a small fire. Hunger gnawed at him, and fear settled into his mind. The next morning, every step felt like torture. His injured ankle barely supported his weight, but staying still meant certain death. Using a sturdy branch as a walking stick, Ethan limped forward while Ranger stayed close, constantly watching the surroundings. The days blurred together. Their food ran out. They drank from cold streams and survived on determination alone. Ethan's confidence slowly disappeared. His body weakened, and every mile felt impossible. On the 4th day, exhaustion finally defeated him. He collapsed beside an old fallen tree. "I can't do this anymore," he whispered, staring into the gray sky. Ranger refused to leave. Instead, the faithful dog barked repeatedly before running a short distance ahead. Then he came back, barking again. Ethan barely looked up. Again, Ranger ran forward. Again, he returned. Something inside Ethan stirred. If his dog hadn't given up, why should he? Gathering every ounce of strength he had left, Ethan crawled to his feet and followed Ranger. For nearly an hour, Ranger continued leading him through thick brush until the forest suddenly opened. A dirt road. Ethan could hardly believe his eyes. He stumbled onto the road just as a park ranger's truck rounded the corner. The driver slammed on the brakes and rushed toward him.
"You've been missing for 4 days," the ranger exclaimed. Ethan collapsed into tears as Ranger sat proudly beside him, tail wagging. Weeks later, after recovering at home, Ethan often thought about those terrifying days in the wilderness. He realized survival wasn't about being the strongest or the smartest. It was about refusing to quit one more time. Every challenge in life eventually brings us to a moment when giving up feels easier than moving forward. But courage is often found in taking just one more step, even when every part of you wants to stop. Whenever people asked Ethan how he survived, he smiled and scratched Ranger behind the ears. "I didn't save myself," he would say. "My best friend reminded me that hope is a choice."
From that day forward, Ethan never measured success by how far he climbed or how many mountains he conquered. He measured it by resilience, loyalty, and the determination to keep moving forward when everything seemed lost. Because sometimes the greatest heroes don't wear medals or capes. Sometimes they walk on four legs, refusing to leave your side until you find your way home. Moral of the story: the man and his dog refused to die because they refused to give up. Hope, loyalty, and perseverance can carry us through even the darkest wilderness.